actually able to. He beat the game where I was like one level away from beating the game when I died. So.
Wow.
Mine was definitely Pac-Man.
Was it Pac-Man? I like Pac-Man.
Yeah.
But, you know,
yes.
I quit playing it when a buddy of mine showed me the pattern book. Because Pac-Man used to have you could buy the book that showed you the pattern on how to beat the game every time. You know? And so I quit playing that, and Galaga, you know, all these video games, the pattern books, well, the kids now call it cheat codes or whatever, but, you know, the older arcade games had patterns. And if you figured out the patterns, then you would be able to beat the entire game. And then I think the fun of it was throwing the quarters in there and trying to do it on your own. Of course, it was a little bit more expensive that way, I guess.
You know that Pac-Man actually came out with a little arcade, little mobile for you to play one-on-one. Did you know that?
No, I did not know.
Yeah, it's real cute. My niece had it. Every night she'll come over and she'll stay over the house, and you know, my dad will go to sleep and he'll tell everybody to go to sleep, and we'll be up late at night playing this thing, you know, and my dad will get so pissed off and he'll be like, turn it off, you can't stay here no more, you go back home. But we used to stay up late at night playing video games, and I used to like Donkey Kong.
Oh, yes. True.
I like Donkey Kong.
I love it. Yeah, I like Donkey Kong.
Joust was another one of my favorites.
Which one was it?
Joust. Do you remember Joust?
No.
Basically, I'll explain it to you. It kind of looked like Donkey Kong because you had like floating objects or things that you can land on. And you're jousting like the medieval times jousting, but you're not on a horse, you're on a flying ostrich. And then when you land on your opponent, you turn them into an egg. And then you pick up the egg.
Oh, that's like a Mario. Isn't it like a Mario? I know who you're talking about. He's green, right?
Well, you're on a flying ostrich, and you're trying to knock people off their ostrich and turning them into eggs, and then you're picking up the eggs for points. It was fun. It's silly, but it was fun.
I used to like playing Dig Dug.
Dig Dug? I like Dig Dug.
Yeah, Irish Dig Dug, you had a...
Irish, what was your favorite video game?
Yeah. Yes, I said Super Mario Bros. You know.
Yeah.
With the duck hunting.
Duck hunt.
You know.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely. And yes, it was my favorite.
Yeah, I know. When I was a little bitty kid, before Atari came out, they came out with. You had a game console. You could buy one of two game consoles for your home. This is way before Atari. I don't, you know. And one was Duck Hunt, which had a little gun, and you hooked the game console up to your TV, and it didn't look really like a duck. And then the other one was Pong, you know, with a little blip that went back and forth, and you kind of like tennis.
And it was really funny because we could playing and doing competition with the members of family, you know. I played with my father, my mother, you know. It was really funny.
Yeah, that's when everybody still had the social. You know, they were still trying to do it socially, and like Ada said earlier, now it's such an individual thing because the internet. You know, it's sad because a lot of these. Yeah, it does.
It's funny how entertained we would stay. The graphics on it was like so crappy, but yeah, we were so entertained by this little thing going back and forth and the ball hitting it. We'll play for hours. It's just like, and that would entertain us. I mean, now the graphics are like, they're amazing.
Yeah, a lot of the graphics look real.
I have one that you can play 3D. You put on your 3D glasses. You got to have your 3D. Of course, you got to have a 3D TV. So you play it 3D, and it's pretty cool. You play them on the PlayStation, and they're 3D games, and it's like pretty amazing how these games look so real.
Well, see now, like we was talking about earlier, the games now, because of the 360-degree views and your first-person viewer or whatever, I get so sick. I get flushed. My face turns red. I throw up. My body.
Yeah, you're nauseous.
I get extremely hot and dizzy, and it causes me to be sick for the rest of the day if I play them. And I found that out with computer games when my kid was little. We had our first modern computer, I guess is what you'd call it back in the day. And we was playing a game called Wolfenstein. Well, Wolfenstein, you go through a maze and you kill the bad guys or whatever. And I started getting sick like that. Well, it took a couple times to put the pieces together and figure out whenever I play this game, I get sick. So I couldn't play the video games with my son anymore. And it was pretty bad for him because he liked to play the games, and that was his father-son time.
Right.
The way he looked at it. So we had to figure out different things.
And by the way, there is a lot of really violent video game now, I think.
Is it really what?
Violent.
Violent.
Do you remember Sega?
Yeah.
And Dreamcast?
Yes.
I remember Etch-a-Sketch.
I remember Sonic. I remember Sonic, but
that's not a video game.
Sonic the Hedgehog or Etch-a-Sketch?
No. The sketch one.
The Etch-a-Sketch?
Yeah.
That could have been a video game. It had two knobs and you drew pictures with it.
True. You know what? Why don't you call them up? Bring it up after 20... How old is that?
Etch-a-Sketch?
I mean, if Pikachu could come back, why not?
Yeah, Etch-a-Sketch is pretty old. I mean, I remember those when I was a little bitty, so...
I used to love Final Fantasy. You ever play Final Fantasy?
No.
It was such a romantic little thing where this kid, he's trying to go get his princess. It was a pretty cool game.
Well, I'm going to ask both of you this question. If you was able to design a video game, what kind of video game would you like to design?
A mafia game.
A dinosaur.
A mafia game with a dinosaur.
Oh, yeah.
With a dinosaur.
Yeah, so it'd be like Al Capone and Dino.
Have you ever played I used to play Hitman. I loved Hitman. Hitman was a pretty cool game. It was very... he would go out and do hits, of course, but there was also Mafia. Mafia was pretty cool, too. And I don't know,
I think after the show, me and you need to have a therapy session or something.
Probably.
You like all these slashers, shoot 'em up, bloody, gory type video games. There's something deeply rooted within your psyche there, I think. You might want to discuss with somebody. I know.
Yes. It's a problem. It's the Puerto Rican in me, I guess.
Lending an ear. I hope everybody's enjoying this one. So
I'm actually enjoying this. This is actually great. I had no idea about Pokemon. I just wanted to know what the heck is all the craziness about Pokemon. I'm sorry, Ginger, I still don't get it. I don't.
No worries,
Well, you had to have been, born in the 90s in order to get it, I guess.
Maybe we need your son here to come and explain Pikachu to us.
Maybe, if I can. Well, he may not now. He's, 20 and a half years old, so he may not talk too much about it. I don't know. But we'll ask him. I'll ask him. I'll see what he thinks. See if he wants to come in and do it.
Yeah, we got to have somebody who actually really knows about Pokemon and give us the whole entire, scoop on it. See if they'll make us change our minds if we want to go and install Pokemon Go on our phones. Or maybe we're just too old. I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea either. I think it's an interesting topic that you decided to pick for Goddess Speaks Out.
right? I was just so just this video game thing. I wanted to speak about something good, nothing bad, just video games and people and fun and interacting with other people and how games have actually done opposite as well. But Pokemon, they said that Pokemon is actually doing good because it's making the kids come out. A lot of kids are going through a depression. A lot of kids are going through, where they don't want to come out of their rooms. So a lot of kids are actually speaking out, saying that this Pokemon Go actually are making them leave their homes.
Yeah,
interact with other people.
That was the buzz about the Wii when the Wii first came out too, is the fact that it actually got the kids up and moving. Not so much out of the house, but a little bit more active than just sitting in front of a television set for 12 hours at a time. Maybe
it's a good thing. Maybe, now kids will come out more, because I loved when we were young. And like I said, when my aunt got it first, the Atari, and it had that tennis ball thing. I mean, when we started to play, I remember her kicking us out and say, okay, you guys been in here for 30 minutes. Get out. Go outside and play. And we'll have to leave and come back later to play if we wanted to play again. But she'll actually kick us out to go back outside so we wouldn't stay inside the house. I guess if we were just too much trouble or made too much of a mess inside the house, that she would kick us out.
Are you kidding me? I wasn't allowed to come in the house unless the street lights were on. That's the only time I was allowed to come in the house was when the street lights first started to come on, and then I better be in the house at that time. I'm like, really? But see, back then we didn't have all the electronic gadgets and gizmos that we have now, so being outside was,
we lived life, yeah.
You made mud pies and you climbed trees and you went fishing and you did stuff. I miss making mud pies.
Soccer,
You what?
Play to soccer, and everything like this.
Yep, soccer, football, baseball, softball.
Yeah.
Volleyball, frisbee, barbecues. All that stuff you do outside.
Stop! I am hungry, guy. Don't talk about food.
You won't eat no porky, so don't even worry about it.
Yes, I know. But there is
what
not
a shame.
Only pork is for barbecue. There is chicken too, and lamb, and
lobster.
Everybody loves my chicken on the grill.
And fish.
What do you use on your chicken?
A spice rub that I make myself.
Nice.
Oh my God, I'm more hungry now.
Daddy Murr's spice rub. What?
Can I get a
can of that?
Sure. I got to get your address so I can send it to you.
All right.
Hey, I can't wait for coming next year for eat some barbecue with you.
Absolutely. When you get over here to the U.S., you're gonna have lots of barbecue if you come visit with me.
Oh my God.
We go fishing and catch a fish and then cook it right there. How's that?
Okay.
I like fresh fish, and you're not going to get it much fresher than fresh out of the water.
Yeah.
Throw it on the grill while the gills are still moving.
Oh, Ginger, that's awesome.
Yes, it's true. Awesome. I will come in tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
Tomorrow? Yeah. I could catch Pikachu then.
There you go.
Catch a fly, yes.
Irish's Pikachu game's telling her to come over.
Yeah, it is. She's definitely she has an itch actually, and we got to fix that itch of hers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a Pokemon type of itch. So we got to get rid of that itch.
As we're keeping this adult-like, talking about Pokemon and video games, very interesting conversation. It brings back a lot of good memories for me, as far as the video games when I was a kid and the arcades were in full force, and there was actually things in my city for kids to do, which there are not anymore. There's nowhere in my city where kids can go and have fun.
They don't have centers anymore?
No, they got rid of
We used to have centers. Yeah, we used to have centers back in the days also where all the kids would come and interact with one another.